As you guys know, if you're clicking on this video for the first time and you're not used to this type of intro, just know what's been going on is I am currently in the process of moving. So you guys are going to get the ghetto version of the intro that I typically do. Everything in my house is disarrayed because of me trying to leave this apartment. This is the EP Carrillo Endure. This is the Toro, which is a 6x52. The wrapper is what this is. Come on. Meerapfel. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And it's an African Cameroon wrapper. Meerapfel. I think it's Meerapfel. And the binder and filler being Nicaraguan. I believe the Nicaraguan are a blend of two different regions. I believe it's from Jalapa and Esteli. Cameroon is something that I have not had many experience with, other than like the art of magic from Rockefeller Cigars. It actually smells really, really good. When I inhale that, it had a spice to it. I'm gonna be very cautious and gentle with this. I've been given instructions. I was kind of leaked opinions about the cigar, and the opinions are actually in a good sense of fashion. But with that information, it actually makes me feel more actually happy. If you are a fan, obviously since this is a triple review, you have me, Midnight Cigars, Eric, you have Soy Sauce Assassin, Tony, all reviewing this all the same exact time. So after you watch this video, in the comment section below will be a pinned comments of both of the reviews of the cigar as well. And I believe like we all have a good trifecta. For example, Eric is super into Opus. He's more like an Opus whore. Tony is a Davidoff whore. You know, I used to be a Davidoff whore, but obviously I can't compete with Tony. He gets limited editions and more rare stuff and has access to that kind of stuff more consistently than I do. So I am relinquishing my title of the Davidoff whore to him. I guess I could say the brand that I'm mostly whorish with is EP Carrillo. There's just something about EP Carrillo that is very comfortable. It's a brand that they have all these varieties. They're actually at a comfortable pricing for their cigars, even for the limited editions, like the Pledge of Allegiance or the Black, the Encore Black and other releases they have had. I think it's kind of cool that we have 3 reviewers that are all kind of independent of what they're commonly comfortable with. With that being said, I am going to do the justice of cutting. So far I can tell just by the cold draw that the draw is kind of tight. The cold draw, all I'm getting is like a nutty spice. I'm getting nothing else. Oh wow. Ooh. Wow, very floral. Spicy. Wow. Nutty, spicy. I mean nutmeg or cinnamon. Wow. Woo. There's a nice heat spice to the cigar. I can still feel the spice lingering in my palate. Wow, this actually tastes really, really good. Resistance is good. You have the retro being really good. You just that little spice kicks in. I'm trying to fight against it. Ash, let's see how it looks. A little poke of a tunnel there, which that's not a good sign, but let's just note down that there is a little tunnel. The ash color is between spottings of bone white and other spots being gray, and it also seems it's burning fair. It's burning very fairly at the moment. You know, this is just still the initial lighting. The cigar does have a nice little heat index spice, as in from like buffalo sauce, jalapeno, you know, hot sauce, those type of sauces. You know how it lingers on your tongue when you eat some of those stuff if you're not really accustomed to it, because there's a lot of people out there who are just weird and spice does nothing to them. But to the normal people, when they eat spice and it, you know, it lingers and not really burns but bothers, or, you know, makes your nose drippy, that's what this is giving me at the moment. I don't mind it. This is the Toro variation of the Endure, which at MSRP is $20, which there is a Robusto, a 5x52 variation for $18. Boxes consist of 10, so if this is $20, that means a box will be $200 for this one, and for the Robusto, it'll be $180 for a box of 10. Those are the two Vitolas that's currently out. Later on this year, we should be getting a Corona Gordo. The ring gauge and the length of the cigar has not been released. If a Robusto is going to be 18, I might believe the Gordo, since it's going to be more of a bigger ring gauge, probably a 60 or probably a 56. 4.5 by 56 or 58. I will either see it, I'll believe to see either price, either at $16 a stick or maybe 19. I'm also getting this earthiness to the cigar, other than what I already mentioned. There's nothing else I'm getting that's standing out. See you guys in the second third. I'm essentially at the second third of the cigar, and I'm picking up of what Tony kind of leaked on me. Huh? Wait, that came out wrong. Tony did not leak on me, okay? Oh God. He revealed information of his opinion on the cigar that I'm starting to pick up on, which I'm actually glad he kind of revealed it. He calls it umami.
What you say about my mama?
This is why I believe triple reviews is something that's also great to have, to break down what he kind of explained what he meant about umami. It's essentially like whenever you're eating stuff like with chicken, like chicken broth, ramen, that soup you have left over, you have that, like almost like the sweat of the chicken. Like it could just be the juices of the chicken, but you have like these remnants of this meaty taste in that soup. That's what he's essentially saying. And unfortunately, there is still quite a bit of a tunnel, a main tunnel right there too. I'm starting to get that whole, like that soupy meaty taste. It's definitely not charred. It's not like smoked meat. It's definitely that whole premise of, like he states, umami, chicken broth. You still have this little gritty earth and floral residue in the back. That spice really came down for the second third too. There's even a slight little bit of leather I'm getting from the cigar as well. There's a slight salty taste to the cigar. And to also add on to the whole importance of this triple review stuff, you also get to get like different cultures aligned with basically flavor notes. There's gonna be things that I might not taste that Tony would taste due to his culture. And there's gonna be things where I taste that Tony may not taste to my culture. There's been cigars in the past which I compared it to a lot of like Puerto Rican dishes. Like a lot of dessert cigars that has like cinnamon and sugary and creaminess, I will kind of combine it with flan or tiramisu, or which tiramisu is more Italian, but you guys get the point. Okay, tunnel's kind of gone now. Yep, tunnel's gone. That's a little tunnel right there. Open up a little more, and now the resistance is basically minimal. There's not even a little stress when it comes to the draw. The band is about to be close to being burned. So I'm gonna see you guys in the last third. I'm at this part of the cigar, and Jesus, is it hitting me the freight train of just flavor. You have this floral, you have the umami, you have this spice. Everything is coming to the surface again. Everything from the beginning is brought back up. Everything in the middle is more intense. Now it's like the first and second, third is just married each other. And it's just giving like its last hoorah. I can already see the cigar being part of the either top 5 cigars of the year for Cigar Aficionado. And this kind of shows you that cigars you see in the price range of like $60, $100 or even more, doesn't necessarily means it's a phenomenal stick, that it's going to be the best stick. This at just a $20 range gives you everything what you want, if those are the flavor notes you actually consider. For me, I'm more dessert style. I mean, I'm losing a lot of weight, so I may not have as much from the beginning of my review journey on this particular channel, but desserts is something I love. Chocolate, espresso, those are the things, creaminess. That's my flavor profile that I particularly enjoy the most. But this in itself kind of combats that opinion of mine. This is really becoming up there. Yeah, that spice heat index is coming back again. The flavors are so much intense now. I think with that, I'm gonna cast my judgments now. For appearance, I actually like how they kind of mimic the whole 15-year anniversary with that plastic band, foot band, all that kind of works. I like the appearance. The orange may not be my favorite color, but it definitely catches your eye. So for appearance, I'm gonna give it a 9. It really does draw your sight. And that's the main thing when it comes to food, when it comes to anything you have, anything you enjoy, from whiskeys to food to drinks to anything in the world, to buying a car, buying a house. Everything to us as humans is visual. And with the visual looks of this cigar, orange is something that's not really common when it comes to cigar bands. So it definitely catches your eye. For construction, I'm gonna knock out a point for the whole tunnel. The smoke output, phenomenal. For the draw being a little bit too loose for me, that's still great for a lot of people's eyes. I like a little bit more resistance to my cigar. Not super much, but at least a little bit. For the construction, from the wrapper, from everything, I'm gonna give the construction at 8.5. Despite all of these bands and wrappers on this cigar, nothing really cracked it, nothing really took apart from it. It all came out very easily, which is a great plus to, EP Carrillo. With that, I think 8.5 seems to be fine. For taste notes, with everything I'm getting from the cigar, from the floral notes, from that chicken broth to the spice, to the saltiness, to the little bit of earth, there's probably way more into it that it's overwhelming in a good way. I'll give the taste notes an 8.5 as well. But after doing my calculations, the overall score of the cigar is 8.625, meaning it is an ash. And it's a wonderful ash on top of that too. This cigar at its MSRP $20, I think it's worth it. Maybe going for a 5-pack, maybe going for a bundle. I believe there's some bundles out there already that has like a Encore Black with the original Encore and the Endor itself. I think they have the 3Es as a actual sampler pack. EP has always been a comfort brand of mine that I always stick to it. But with that, I believe my review is done. This has been the EP Carrillo Cameroon wrapped Endor with Toro Vitola. As always, guys, I love your faces, and I'm out. Peace.